Have you realized that no one cares about you unless you have a big ass, big tits, or if you're a slag? Have you realized that smartphones make you stupid? Have you realized that when you chat shit, you get banged? Have you realized that when you chat shit about others, it means you're full of shit? Have you realized that when you get in a relationship, you're gonna get cheated on at some point in life? Have you realized that when you fall in love, you're vulnerable? Have you realized that your breath stinks in the morning? Have you realized that guys don't care about your makeup, but they only care about what's between your legs? Have you realized that having a small dick is a disability? Have you realized that life is short? Have you realized that when you fall off a cliff, you die? Have you realized that if you kill yourself, you die? Have you realized that no one likes black people? Have you realized that cheating is only wrong if you get caught? Have you realized that you get a lot of boys' attention if you're a slag? Have you ever realized that no one actually cares about your opinion? Have you realized that we'll all be dead by 2096? Have you realized that maybe if you weren't unhappy, you would be happy? Have you realized that when you eat so much, you'll eventually get fat? Have you realized that if you keep shagging everyone, you're a slag? Have you realized that life is a lot better if you mind your own fucking business? Have you realized if you drink bleach, the whole bottle of bleach, you might actually die? Have you realized that just because I said I love you, doesn't mean that I actually love you? Have you realized that just because someone said they will love you forever, doesn't mean they will actually love you forever? Have you realized that the difference between rich and poor people is that poor people make rich people rich, and that's why they are always poor? Have you realized that even though most of the food we eat comes from Africa, people in Africa are actually starving? Have you realized that if you don't talk shit, you won't get banged? Have you realized that falling in love is like falling off a cliff? Have you realized that life is short? Have you ever realized that YOLO is true? Have you realized that you actually never get your dream girl? That's the whole point of it being a dream girl? Have you realized that if we start going to Mars, broke people will be left on Earth? Have you realized that if you give a shit, you get hurt? Have you realized that the difference between white people and black people is their skin color? Have you realized that no one is born racist, but some people are born slags? Have you realized that when you're broke, it's because you spend money on stupid shit? Have you realized that the worst thing in life is having bad breath? Have you realized that if you have a small dick, no girl will ever marry you? Have you realized that people who chat shit about others never chat shit about themselves? Have you realized that if you sleep with your cousin, it's incest? Have you realized that if you care too much, you always have your heart broken? Have you realized that when everyone likes you, it's because you're licking their ass? Have you realized that drinking bleach could cure AIDS? Have you realized if you stay underwater for more than a minute, you actually drown and die? Have you realized that when you throw yourself under the bus, you die? Have you realized that no one actually gives a shit about you unless you're rich? Have you realized that most ugly people grow up to be homeless? Have you realized that if you're always chatting to different guys at the same time, you're a slag? Have you realized that the moon landing was fake? Have you realized that people who say the moon landing was fake are retards? Have you realized that the moment you tell someone you love them, it's the moment they start taking you for granted? Have you realized that heaven is a fairyland? Have you realized that when you go to hell, you get molested by Satan? Have you realized that if maybe girls dressed less naked, pedos would actually leave them alone? Have you realized that if maybe girls treated themselves with respect, we would actually respect them? Have you realized that if you start seeing a boy and he cares too much, it's probably because he has a small dick? Have you realized that we can cut down the amount of people that die each year from cancer by 47%? 47% only if people decided to quit smoking. Have you realized that you don't have insomnia? You're just addicted to watching entertaining shit before bed? Have you realized that the best things in life are free? Like slags. Have you realized that black people love killing each other? Have you realized that black lives don't matter? That's why black people go Black Lives Matter. Have you realized that when you care about yourself and only yourself, that's when you're happiest? Have you realized that people like you when you're good looking, rich and white? Have you realized that if you laugh a lot, you'll actually be happy? Have you realized that if you fall in love, you'll never be happy? Have you realized that white girls only like black people that are drug dealers, rich or have a big dick? Have you realized that BBC stands for big black cock? Like mine. Have you realized if you have a shitty opinion about someone, it's better not to say it but to stick it up your ass? Have you realized that if you love someone and they love you back, it's probably because you're both ugly as fuck? Have you realized that when you talk shit about someone else, it's you that's more miserable? Have you realized that if you're unhappy, it's probably because you're a negative person and you're always miserable and you want to kill yourself because you're always annoying everyone? Have you realized that if your breath always stinks, it's probably because you don't brush your teeth? Have you realized that being single is probably better than you catching your man shagging his cousin? Have you realized that it's better to cheat first before you get cheated on? Have you realized that true love exists only in films? Have you realized that when you see a fit girl, she's not fit, it's just the makeup? Have you realized that girls spend hours doing makeup and the only thing we care about is their tits? Have you realized that money can buy you happiness? You can buy a slave to tell you jokes which will make you happy.